Legend is a traditional 2.5D side-scrolling beat-em-up released for the SNES and PC. The game's sword and sorcery setting sees our protagonist knight dismantling a dark army and freeing his kingdom from its malevolent grasp. Right off the bat, you'll notice a few differences from other genre titles. Legend moves a bit slower, the hits are more methodical and deliberate, and you have an absolutely crazy jump kick. That's because the game flow in Legend is a fair bit different than even veterans of beat-em-ups might be used to. Of course, Legend is still about managing hordes of enemies, learning their personalities and circumventing their attacks, but the way you circumvent them is with your jumps and surprisingly hardy 3-hit combo. There are no grapples to toss enemies to one side, and they're too good at flanking to pin them in a corner, which means you've always got to be moving and always got to be attacking. It lends a higher tension and energy to a game which initially might seem a bit sluggish. There's a lot of strategy to unpack. Which enemies are most vulnerable to my sword? Which are better to attack closer and which farther? How many swipes can I get in before I need to jump away? Every minute you play feeds you more information about the game's essence, its soul and vision, so that you can better engage in this buffet of carnage it's politely prepared for you. The highlight of the game is probably its boss battles. I've played more beat-em-ups than anyone else I know, and the genre is practically my home, but some of these bosses royally kicked my ass on the first few goes. The order of the day is usually jump kicks, but when and how to use them plays a surprising amount of depth here. Shoutouts in particular to the final boss, who felt like an actual back and forth battle with a fellow combatant. It's the only time I found myself actually needing to use the block button and engaging in strategic parrying. It's good stuff, and I was ironically inspired to give it a try by some of its detractors. Nothing makes me roll my eyes faster than someone telling me a game doesn't hold up anymore, especially a beat-em-up. You know, I didn't grow up with these games. Beat-em-ups weren't my favorite genre until I was nearly an adult, and I hadn't touched my first retro console until I was a teenager. Don't let people dissuade you from trying old things. Old things are just different, and different doesn't mean bad. As for Legend in particular, it's real good. It has a robust, simplistic combat system, and a unique identity through its crazy jump kicks and punishing boss fights. Just be aware that for some reason the game defaults to easy mode. Not sure what that's about. Hey, it's the end of the video. Did you know I have a Patreon? It's true. If you grab certain tiers there, you can directly influence what content I make next. Or you can just offer general support. Both are lovely, and some equally lovely people are already signed up. People I will list for you now. My wonderful supporters are iPompous, Anonymous, Jay, Marth Sinclair, Mighty Minimalist Power Rangers, Sam Anderson, Some Call Me Anto, and Wapoza. A link to the Patreon is in the description. Thank you all so much for your time and thoughts, and I'll talk to you in the next video.